Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products, developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. If you're ready to finance your next Corvette, Woodside Credit is the go-to place for enthusiasts. With the lowest monthly payments in America and a process designed to make getting behind the wheel quick and easy, it's no surprise Corvettes are one of the most popular vehicles to finance. Visit woodsidecredit.com to estimate your low monthly payment with a quick quote. And be sure to mention Corvette Today as your referral for a special gift when your loan is funded. And a shout out to Canadian Corvette Forum and Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. In January, we talked about how to finance your Corvette purchase. Today, we're going to talk about how to go about finding and purchasing the Corvette of your dreams. Joey Benjamini from Collectible Classics is with me to delve into topics like the top mistakes to avoid when buying a Corvette, should you sell or consign your Corvette, and what Corvettes are holding the most value today. Joey is also the largest volume seller on Bring a Trailer, so he definitely knows what he's talking about. Joey, welcome to Corvette Today.
Hi, Steve. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on today.
I'm glad to have you with me. Joey, I always start out with my guests by asking them a little bit about themselves. Tell me about your childhood. Where'd you grow up? Did you come from a car family?
Absolutely. So I'll jump right in. Background from me, I grew up in the suburbs of Philadelphia. I wouldn't say per se I came from a car family, but I always really was interested in figuring out how things work, taking them apart. I remember as a child, I used to get toy cars and I used to completely destroy them by disassembling them. And I could never put them back together. but I would make them into like a toy boat and like put the toy boat in a pond and it would go nowhere.
Nice.
But yeah, I always enjoy taking things apart. And I feel like once I got a car when I was 16, let's say, I had to take it apart, fix it, repair it, do whatever it was. And that kind of spawned my love for the automotive industry and the automotive world, because honestly, cars are so much fun to work on, so much fun to enjoy and drive, especially if you know how they work. They're just so cool.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. So how did you get started in the automotive industry then?
So pretty much like that. I was just 16, bought a car. It was horrible. Bad mistake. I bought it at an auction, was totally broken.
Wow.
Had no idea what I was doing. I made all the mistakes I'm going to tell you guys not to make later. I had to take it apart, fix it, put it back together, and I eventually sold it, and I actually made money. It was nuts. It was a disaster, but I made the best of it. You know, sometimes when you have like a bad situation, it actually works out for the best.
Right.
That was that. So that's how I got into space, and I'm pretty committed to making sure that, one, I buy the right cars now because I've made those mistakes hundreds of times, and then that I can provide a cool product for my clients when we sell cars, buy cars, all that kind of stuff.
Nice, nice. Now, how did you get from where you started back then all the way up to where you are present day then?
So about where we're at present day, Steve, we do about 100 cars a month.
Wow.
We buy everything we buy private party. So that means literally every car we get in is from an individual, like one of your listeners, right? So imagine your listeners in Idaho or in Nebraska or in Kentucky or in Oregon. We buy cars from all across the U.S. We have a pretty unique process that's mostly automated using tech. We have docs get sent out. We have videos get transferred to us. And once we have videos, docs, we make payment. We have a pretty unique payment processing system, pretty unique document system. All of it's electronic, pretty simple. We pay people in a matter of 30 minutes after we get their info.
Wow.
Even it's Saturday, Sunday, every day of the week. We're processing payments, getting people paid, and getting their cars picked up.
Tell me more about Collectible Classics then. Tell me what you guys specialize in too.
Okay, so what we're focused on, and if anyone has these, call us, but anything that's unique, low mileage, clean, anything from a 62 Fuel-y Corvette that's original numbers matching to a 2010 Corvette that's completely modified with a Callaway kit. That's your audience, but not just Corvettes, anything. So if you have something from the 60s that's really unique all the way up to 2025 and it's just a different special vehicle, we want to have it. We pay top dollar for those vehicles because we feel like we have a really good eye for evaluating unique vehicles and appraising them. So stuff that doesn't fit into like the generic models of CarMax or Carvana where they give you a number for a Toyota Camry or a 3 Series BMW. If you have something that's out of the ordinary, special color combination, special interior, something that only an automotive enthusiast could appreciate, that's kind of where we fit in because we bridge that gap between standard car dealers who just buy inventory to have inventory on the lot and the automotive enthusiast world where when you buy a car, you're looking for something that's really special. And we feel like we have a really good pulse on that market of what's special, what's unique, what's moving, what gets people excited. And just we get that inventory that makes people excited. That's what we do in this space. So we find those unique vehicles, those one-off vehicles. So I'll give you an example. We just bought a collection of cars. One of them was an 87 Grand National with 700 miles.
Wow.
Just wild cars. Like anything that's different, we'll pay way too much money for.
Unique cars for sure, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just fun to do different stuff.
Very nice. Talk to me about what features and qualities buyers look for frequently when they're shopping for like a classic Corvette or from any generation of Corvette.
Yeah, absolutely. So on Corvettes, you guys know this probably just as well as I know, but I'll give you a little bit of my insight. People love originality. That's massive for collectors. So if you're looking at something in the classic space, take the time to delve into learning about what makes that car unique. What are the original components on that car and what the top dollar cars sell for? So if you're looking at Corvettes, looking at older Corvettes, numbers matching is obviously huge, but beyond numbers matching, making sure that your car is original or restored to its original condition, or if it's improved, how is it improved and how does that match up with how it was original? So definitely that's a factor. And then color and rarity are pretty unique. And I see a lot of people with like signs holding up at car shows and they're like, my car is one of one. And not everyone's car is one of one. That's just not true.
Right.
You can't say like, I'm the only one with white seats and blue interior and 16-inch wheels and special tires. I'm like, you have Michelin tires and someone else might have a different brand of tire. What makes a car unique and like what makes a car cool is if you have a one-off color or if you have a limited production run or you have a Callaway Corvette that's 1 of 10, right? You know, like that's wild and that makes a car unique. So definitely rarity and difficult to replicate makes a car more special, if that makes sense.
That definitely makes sense. Well, Joey, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about collecting Corvettes from Joey Benjamini of Collectible Classics here on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish finish in bright chrome or black chrome will take your Corvette to new levels. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. Durability is a defining feature of the Wheelcraft finish. Their PVD chrome is superior to traditional chrome, with a finish that is brake dust resistant and cleans effortlessly with soap and water. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchange for select C4 through C8 models, or they can apply the PVD finish to your current wheels. No matter what generation you own, Wheelcraft will transform the look of your Corvette. With every Corvette comes a unique story, and Wheelcraft has embraced this idea. When you purchase your new set of wheels, you receive a lifetime membership to the Wheelcraft Pit Crew, granting you access to your own page on Wheelcraft's website, where you can post pictures and tell your Corvette story. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
Hey, Corvette lovers, this is Brian Sarr from IntelliSense Family Office. You've formerly known us as True Wealth and Company. First off, a huge congratulations to Steve Garrett on celebrating 5 amazing years of Corvette Today. We've been proud sponsors every mile of the way. You know the thrill and drive and the pride of ownership, but here's the big question. Do you have the same confidence in managing your wealth? At IntelliSense Family Office, we specialize in helping high net worth individuals like you protect, grow, and enjoy their wealth. Whether you're a successful entrepreneur, a professional athlete, or someone who's worked hard to achieve your financial goals, we've got you covered with personalized expert advice. We understand the unique challenges you face and the dreams you have for the future. From advanced tax planning to succession planning, we provide comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Our goal? To give you peace of mind so you can focus on what you love. Ready to take your financial management to the next level? Visit IntelliSense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. Let's drive your financial success together. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you live the dream. Save the wave and see you on the road. Investment advisory services offered through IntelliSense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at radiatorgrillstore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
And now, back to Corvette Today with your host and my husband, Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. I know you want your Corvette looking its best, so dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you also get a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Joey Benjamini from Collectible Classics. We're talking about how to buy the Corvette of your dreams. Joey, there's been a lot of demand for C4, C5, and C6 Corvettes. Over the years, that's evolved into a great classic car market, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. And I would say, like we talked about before, I would say C4s, C5s, and C6s are still great values in the market, with C8s being so new and everyone's all excited about them, and C7s also being wildly expensive from time to time. I think C4, C5s, and C6s are phenomenal value for anyone looking at the Corvette market. And specifically in those generations, there are some pretty special cars that are not properly appreciated today. And we'll definitely talk about which ones I think are like unbelievable values in the current market. But just overall, C4s, from convertibles to the LT4 to the ZR1, which is ridiculous, to the special edition models, to the Callaway models, just anything in that C4 market, really, really cool, lots of fun. And if you get like the right one or the clean one, they're just really rewarding. C5s are some of the best out there. There's not much else that gives you the raw power of an LS1 and a 6-speed manual. Those are so much fun to drive. Even the early ones like 97, 98, 99. If you get a crisp C5, just like a crisp C4, those are are a ton of fun. And then the C6s just get anything modified in the C6 is wildly powerful.
Yeah.
Really reliable drivetrain, just so much car in the C4, C5, C6 markets that's super easy to achieve. And there's no more depreciation there. Like if you buy a C5, C4, or C6 and you buy it right, you're only making money. There's no downside left in that market.
That's cool. As a matter of fact, I was watching Bring a Trailer today. They had a C4 ZR1 that sold for like $44,000. I thought that was a great buy.
You're talking about the 700-mile yellow one?
Yes.
You saw that? That was wicked. I thought that was cheap. There was a 91 went for like 40-some with 900 miles. I was like, that's wildly cheap.
Yeah, it was a great buy for whoever bought that car.
Yeah.
Which generations are you seeing are the best value in Corvettes for collectors?
Subjective. I don't know that you can put what's the best value. Where can you make the most upside? I would say you can make the most upside in the market that has the least value, right? So I'd say if you pick up a C4, right? And I'm talking, you can get a C4 that's actually clean for under 10 grand, which is absolutely nuts.
Wow.
Or even you can get a C5. There are C5s out there that are transacting like near 10 to 15 grand that are really clean. And I remember there was a time where you could buy a C5 Z06 for under 20K.
Wow.
I used to buy like 18,000 mile C5 Z06s. So I don't think there's a best one, but definitely C4, C5 is where there's more upside. C6s are still a little bit higher in price, but C4s and C5s are wickedly, wickedly cheap. And there's just nothing out there that even compares in terms of dollar value for the cars, especially in Corvette world. I think they're unbelievable values.
I agree. And I think the C4s and C5s are great starter Corvettes for someone just getting into the hobby. Those are great cars to start with, aren't they?
I had a C8 and I like the C4s and C5s better than my C8.
Wow.
I'm just being honest. There are just too many people have C8s. It's like everyone and their mom has a C8 now. And I don't mean to offend any of the people who love their C8. They're cool cars, but it's cooler to see a unique color C4 ZR1 or a super clean C5 Z06 with the commemorative edition package, right? Like those are more unique to me.
Yeah.
And those draw more attention and like excite me more than seeing another red C8.
And that's a good question because I wanted to ask you what factors really influence resale value for Corvettes? Is it mileage? Is it special editions, stuff like that?
So mileage is definitely a factor, right? That's like the biggest. So I give you mileage, yeah.
Yeah.
And then beyond mileage, I think the weird thing about Corvettes, and I've thought this forever, is that everyone who owns a Corvette really keeps it in really good condition, which is strange. You don't see a lot, like you'll see Corvettes, even with miles. The difference between an 80,000 mile Corvette and a 20,000 mile Corvette sometimes isn't that much in terms of condition, which is wild because like all the guys who own Corvettes, like me and you and like all the other guys,
yeah,
they keep them in their garage. They wash them every weekend. They never leave them outside. They wax them more than they drive them.
Right.
And so like you see one that has 70,000 miles versus one that has 30,000 miles. And I'm like, there's no bad condition Corvettes. Like yeah, sure. There are ones that are like completely destroyed. Fine. But if you buy it from like a guy like you or me, they're nice cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely right.
But I would say special editions are huge. So when I say special editions, I'd say all the upgraded performance models, those hold their value and go up in value more so than the base ones just because they were limited production.
Right.
Like if you talk about the CR1s, there's only 1,000 a year they made. If you talk about the Z06s and the C5s, and you talk about the special editions of those Z06s, so you talk about the Speedway white ones, which there's only like 300 of, or you talk about the commemorative editions, which there's only a few thousand of, those are limited runs. So performance special edition definitely add value. You got to get the performance model when you're talking about a Corvette because it's all about performance.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Talk to me about auctions. What are your feelings about auctions like Mecum, Barrett-Jackson, Sotheby's?
Okay, here's my thoughts. I think the auction houses, they probably won't like that I say this, but it is what it is. I think the style of buying cars at an auction where it's an in-person auction is something that's sort of dying. And I'll tell you why, because there are massive costs associated with running those auctions. And I think they're fun events. So don't get me wrong. I don't think they're going to go away. I think people go to them not because they sell cars at a great value or you get a lot of information about the car you're buying. I think people go to them because they like doing it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But in terms of getting the best value for your dollar, you're way better off, in my opinion, buying on a site like Bring a Trailer or Cars and Bids, where where you can really evaluate the car in 300 photos, walk around videos, startup videos, driving videos. You can interact with the seller for multiple days. You can ask questions. You can pull a Carfax. You can look at the history. You can ask for the service records. Whereas Mika, Barrett Jackson, or Sotheby's, their process is different in the sense of like you show up to the auction and you have your sticker and you're ready to throw your number up in there and you just say, yeah, I'll buy it. I won't buy it. Don't get me wrong. I think there are really good values there and sometimes really, really great cars transact there, but it's super hit or miss in the sense of like you might overpay by 20 grand because some other guy sitting next to you also has his wife there and he wants to pay a lot of money and bring home a car. And other times you'll steal something because no one else wants that car. No one else is paying attention. Fine. So that happens at the in-person auctions. But I think the online auctions are the way of the future because it gives you so much more information than you could possibly get in 60 seconds.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bring a Trailer is super, super popular right now. That's a place to go. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's only going to get more popular because it's undeniably the best way to buy cars. If you're a consumer, there's no better way to do it because you get to see everything. There's nothing you can hide on an auction like that because one, you have 10,000 people in the comment section who will jump onto the auction if there's anything hidden and demand that it be presented. You have like a research staff of like 10,000 people who are reviewing the listing on your behalf.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they have the most exciting time ripping apart an auction, even when it's not accurate, right? So they'll come onto an auction and they'll just like ask any question they can to devalue the vehicle for fun. But it's great for anyone who's a potential buyer because if I answer those questions and I answer them accurately and you can tell that I answered them accurately, you get those answers. And if I can't answer them, then you know that this is probably not a car for you.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
Anyone who hasn't jumped onto those sites should definitely take a chance. Look on them. Don't even buy them. Just join, read the comments, read the listings, learn how the process works.
I look at Bring a Trailer every single day, every morning. That's for sure.
It's a sickness.
It is a sickness. That's for sure. Joy, let's take our final break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and talk more about buying the Corvette of your dreams. It's Joey Benjamini from Collectible Classics with me here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
The National Corvette Restorers Society is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. 50 years of affirming and promoting the preservation and restoration of the Corvette. 50 years as the foremost Corvette collector car organization for building value with its prestigious awards. Have you ever considered joining NCRS? Over 70,000 people have. We're so much more than just the nuts and bolts. The NCRS flight judging program can and often does increase the value of America's sports car by researching and publishing the leading tech manuals and judging guides for the 1953 through 2007 Corvettes, by training the best judges and by hosting local, regional, and national judging events. And when you join, you'll get award-winning magazines like Corvette Restore and Driveline all throughout the year. Joining is simple and easy. Just go to ncrs.org and sign up. There are NCRS chapters all throughout the U.S. and all around the world. Chances are there's a local chapter near you. So join NCRS today at ncrs.org. We come for the Corvettes. We stay for the friendships made along the way.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast. I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. These cars are fantastically fast, and wow, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast. It's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I'll make wealth management as smooth as your Corvette on the open road. Whether it's planning a retirement, building your investments, or how in the heck do I get my retirement accounts to pay for this Corvette, I have got you covered. Search the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you find your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
You're enjoying the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today.
Thanks once again for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. I know you want your Corvette looking its best. Dress it up with bright chrome or black chrome wheels. Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or do a wheel exchange, and you also get a 5-year warranty. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is Joey Benjamini from Collectible Classics. We're talking about how to buy the Corvette of your dreams and buy it right. Joey, there's a lot of particular models of trims for C4, C5, and C6 generations that are consistently fetch a premium price. Talk about some of those trims and the particular models you're seeing the best value with.
Okay, great question. The best value, my opinion on the best value on the special trims. I would take a C4 ZR1. Absolutely love those cars. 94, 95, 96 are exceptionally hard to find in the ZR1. Their production numbers were in like the triple digits for those years. So any of those C5 ZR1 late models with the Mercury Marine 405 horsepower engine are absolute unbelievable value. So if you have one or you know someone who has one lying around in their garage, give me a call, please. Genuinely.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. I would love to own those. So any 94, 95, 96 ZR1, any of the C5 Z06s, any special edition C4s or C5s that are modified in any unique way or any one-offs. When I say one-offs, I mean like really, really special. Mm-hmm. Then C6s, any modified C6. So there's a bunch of performance companies that make upgraded C6s. There's some pretty cool ones out there. Mm-hmm. The C6 Z06, obviously. C6 ZR1s are pretty cool.
Yeah.
The ZR1s made a big comeback. They didn't make a ZR1 on the C5s, but the C6s, they went above and beyond on those ZR1s. So any of the low mileage ZR1s, one of my colleagues just sold a like 4 miles ZR1 C6, which was pretty wild. Just 4 miles on that car. He got like well over $100,000 for that car.
Wow. That's amazing.
So those are the cars that the special editions want all of them. Call me, sell me them, buy them yourselves if you can find them. They're just cool cars to have. I would just say anyone who's holding a car because they think it's an investment, cars are for fun. They aren't for investments. No one makes money on them.
Yeah. Get out and drive your Corvette.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Parking in the garage is not going to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Take it to the stock market or buy real estate, man, but not cars.
There you go.
Leaving cars in a garage for 20 years does not work. I can tell you. I've seen it hundreds of times.
Are you seeing any Corvettes that are underrated or seeing a rise in value in the near future?
Yeah, absolutely. So any of the C4s and C5 base models aren't going down in value anymore, like we said before. And I know I talked a lot about the special edition ones, so let's take a pause on those. Any base model, low mileage C5, C4, or C6, really clean, are going to go up in value. Usually the manual transmissions bring a little bit more money than the autos, but any clean low mileage C4, C5, or C6 won't be going down in value and will be going up in value in the near future. There's no more down in terms of value for a car that's at $10,000 that's fun to drive.
Yeah. Talk to me about resto mods, Joey, because resto mods, I've watched Barrett Jackson, and those are going for crazy money.
Hit or miss, totally hit or miss, right? So if you have the right one that's done nice and you have documentation on it, we absolutely love those. So yes, absolutely. Send us those or buy those yourselves or find them, seek them out when they're done right. If they're a hack job, they're pretty horrible. So don't buy those ones.
Gotcha.
I've bought too many of those.
Yeah. Unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about the C8 generation. How is that car affecting your market?
Well, let's talk about how it affected the market in general first. So when it came out, it was the hottest thing on the planet. People wanted to pay 2 times the MSRP on the car.
Yep.
For 2 years, which was absolutely nuts. You thought it was going to stop happening, like people were going to stop paying 2 times sticker, and they literally held out for 3 years. People refused to sell them at sticker for 3 years, so that was absolutely crazy. Just in the last 12 months have they come back down towards reality. So what did they do? They definitely inflated values on all the Corvettes, but they brought prices back down now, right? Because when a C8 is selling for $120,000, a base model, right when they came out, then how do you value a C7 and a C6, right? Because there has to be some correlation in the sense of that they're replaceable commodities. So if you don't have a C8, you might want a C7 or a C6.
Right.
So they're substitutes. The values in C7s and C6s definitely went up a little bit. So they've definitely inflated those values. I don't think they had as much of an impact on C4s and C5s because C7s and C6s are a substitute for a C8. But I don't think anyone looking at a C8 was really going to consider a C4 or a C5. I think the C4s and C5s have continued to be a hidden gem because they're so far off that no one actually considered them in terms of an alternative to their C8 that was way overpriced. And now that prices have come down, it affected all the C6s and C7s, right? You'll see those drop off a lot in value too.
Interesting. Joey, if people want to reach out to you, how can they get a hold of you? Where's your social media as well?
Okay, our Instagram is Collectible Classic Cars, and we have 50,000 followers there, growing daily. We post tons of great content, whether it be just having fun at the office. We have a pretty unique setup. It's me and my 3 brothers. We're all really, really young. When I say we're really young, the youngest of us is 18, and we're just always buying cars all day long. So it's a pretty fun setup. And we have a 20-person team just getting those cars prepared, rehabilitated, ready for show or ready for sale. Detail team, sales team, buying management team. So you can find us on Collectible Classic Cars on Instagram. If you want to find us online, we're just collectibleclassics.com. We have great Google reviews, so check those out. We have 300 5-star Google reviews, and I only have one-star review. I have only one negative review, and it's from a truck driver. So if you are online and you decide you want to go to our reviews page, check out my negative review and report that one. The truck driver wants to take my money. He didn't deliver a car. He refused to pick up the car and told me it was too far out of his way, and then he demanded payment for it anyway. It was absolutely wild. So that's my one negative review. So if you guys want to help me out and remove that one, that would make me back to 5.0 stars. You can find us on collectibleclassics.com, Collectible Classic Cars on Instagram. We also have a TikTok. And outside of that, you can give us a call. Our phone number at our office is 484-644-3810.
That sounds great. Joey, thank you so much for being on Corvette Today. This has been so much fun talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Steve. It was a blast.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at soulpp.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Sioka Corvette at CIOCCACorvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Racing Sport Concepts at RacingSportConcepts.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.